This is Papa Brad, and welcome to the replay of the Friday Night Arcade Show. Let's get it started.
Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Friday Night Arcade Show, the late night show for the home arcade community. I'm Brooklyn, host of the show. We are going to just be chilling out tonight with just no guests tonight, just my three co-hosts and myself. So let's bring them in. First, let's say hello to the hardest working man in the home arcade community. Give it up for Papa Brad.
All right.
Brad, happy Friday.
Man, glad to be here. Glad to be here. Awesome.
It's good to be back. You know, I have so many plans for this show this year. Obviously, you know, that takes a lot of work because of this is the way I do things. Tonight is going to be more of the four of us hanging out, talking, and we will be playing some games later on. So we are back to playing games tonight. We are going to be playing Atari games. That's right up your alley.
Yes.
I'm going to get smoked.
It's my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But I already know, like, you like pick out, you like, when you were running the games by me, I was like, man, Brooklyn, you picked some rare cuts, like ones I haven't played. So
You know me.
definitely-
I like the
you def-
rare cuts.
Yeah, you definitely, and good games, but games that I'm not familiar with. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun.
Well, you know what? We don't get to choose tonight. The
Yeah, we
chat
don't
room
choose.
gets to choose. I
The
did put a
chat room
poll
will
in the
choose
chat.
whatever we play.
Yeah, and the chat room can choose what game I'm going to get smoked at. And speaking of smoked, let's say hi to Nix.
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
Holy crap. His
Let's
mic
go.
actually was working on the first shot tonight. What's
Look at
going
that,
on, Nix?
man.
Happy Friday, buddy.
Happy Friday, guy. Have you guys played Atari today? Oh,
Yeah, we are playing our Atari today. That's for sure.
absolutely.
You know, I'm happy that all the choices don't include any fighting games, or else I definitely know we'd all be losing
Yeah.
to Steps Gaming.
Hey!
Steps, happy Friday.
Happy Friday! It's
Good
good
to
to
see
be
you.
back. I haven't been on a stream for a couple weeks, even my own. So catch me here.
What was the last one you were on? Was our New Year show?
Yeah, I think I did a show on New Year's Eve right after the ball dropped or whatever. That was it. It was real quick.
Yeah.
Wasn't very long. So that was it. That's all I've done, and I've been redeveloping things, and I'm looking forward to the future. I got that too, Papa Brad.
Yeah,
I have
got
been
the-
redeveloping
Yeah.
two
I
steps.
turned
If
mine
you-
where it's
if you-
white. Look at that. You can
See,
change the color. Did you know that?
Yeah, you showed that, Brad. Well, you could show that off tonight. I changed around the whole studio. As you can see, there's a couple of less cabinets that used to be here, and I've done the brick face, and I installed permanent professional lighting. So trying to
good.
step up the
Stepping
look
up
of
the
the show.
game.
Yeah,
Stepping up the game.
yeah, and it's great now because I can just walk in here,
Ready to go.
press a button, and I'm ready to go. It's not like, oh, okay, I'm doing a show tonight, or I'm going to be on a show tonight. Let me get everything set up. It's just 100. I just wanted everything clean. You don't
Yep.
see any wires. It's all nice and neat, and at the push of a button, it's ready to go.
You
Yeah,
can't
let's
say
go.
clean and not say clean like a mother to die for.
Oh,
Who's
he's
Yeah,
in
I
the
said to
chat.
die for in the chat.
Oh,
Right.
how's it going?
I see a few
Howdy
people in the
do.
chat. Brad, you want to say hi to everyone?
Sure, sure.
All right, pull up the chat room and
Hey,
say
what's
hi to.
happening? Welcome to the stream, Jason. Good to see you here.
Jason.
My family is here.
My
JT,
family.
JT Brunick is here. Sacro. My Hawk Hertz is here.
Sure does.
Let's see here. We got Video Game Vegas in the chat. We got 2 Die for Bobby Vu. Awesome. We got Ichabod Crane in the chat.
Speaking of Ichabod, I will be over at the Ichabod Crane show tomorrow night,
Mhm.
and I'm going to try to convince Ichabod Crane to let me broadcast the show live. Last time we
Awesome.
tried it was a complete failure,
Yeah.
but
was a train
I
wreck.
promise it will not be a failure this time. I got the whole on-the-go studio ready to bring to his house, set it up. It will work because the last time we tried it, I was trying to do it through XSplit, and his internet was not having it.
Not
But
having it.
now I have StreamYard again because I had retired StreamYard for a little bit while we weren't doing the show. But now that I have it again, I think that it would be great if Ichabod Crane would be nice enough to let me do the show live tomorrow night. He's probably going to say no, but we'll see. If not,
Yeah.
look out for the pre-recorded show on Ichabod's channel.
Yeah. Well, as long as you do the synchronized opening of beers, that is one of the highlights of the
That-
show. The synchronized popping of beer caps.
If you don't do that, it's not the Ichabod show.
It wouldn't be the Ichabod show without that.
Oh, he said no convincing needed. So does that mean it's okay? Well, look out for another live stream tomorrow night.
Well, this summer when I go amusement park hopping and I go over that way, maybe if I'm lucky enough, I could be on the Ichabod show one time. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you
we'd
come up
all
this
like
way,
to be on the Ichabod show.
we should definitely make that happen.
Play some games.
Toot. Start
Isn't that right?
We will be playing some games tonight. What games have you guys been playing on your arcades?
I've been playing a lot of Battlezone.
Oh, that was a long pause.
No, I've been playing a lot of
You
Battlezone.
said iArcade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have
Yeah.
Battle Zone in mine.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I always forget. Nix does not have the mod on his.
Doesn't have
No,
the
I've got
mystery
the
encoder
gold
because he has the
cap.
gold.
But
I don't want it because you had the problem with having to reinstall your backup because you kind of messed it up or something, right?
oh yeah, I totally destroyed it.
That's what I fear of doing, and there's no way of backing up the gold, right?
No, I understand. I am not
I
messing
don't want to
around with
mess
my
with
gold. The gold is
Yeah.
staying the way
Yeah.
it is.
That's one of the reasons why I have not.
Plenty on there.
I know there's a
Yeah.
gold solution, but I got 130 games on there, and the ones that I can't just throw back on there.
Yeah.
I
You got
don't
some
wanna
great
lose.
games on there. You don't want to lose those games.
Viperboard.
Viperboard's
Viperboard,
coming.
That's what I'm waiting
Viperboard.
for. That's
Very excited for that. And also,
the
if
GRS is right
if
there.
anybody missed
Waiting
out
for
on
it.
the
Get
GRS
ready for
deck,
it. Yeah.
um,
It'll plug
Glenn
right in.
did announce
Yes,
a round
GRS.
2 for the GRS deck. So if you missed out, I'm telling you, even if you don't plan on installing it right away, while he's taking pre-orders for this second wave, I would definitely jump on that. It is a great thing to have for your iArcade, especially with Viperboard coming out. You can see it's going to be very simple to connect and switch over to that. It's just going to open up a whole world of gaming.
Oh,
So-
absolutely.
And still to this day, I'm still waiting for someone else to put out a cabinet that is, and I'm talking a 3/4 scale at the price point that the iArcade was, that could beat this cabinet.
I don't.
That's
think
why
it-
you
It's
see.
not happening.
That's why
not
you see my arcade slimming down, because I started to realize a lot of this is just background
Not as good.
lights.
It's not as good too.
Oh,
It's not
gee.
as good.
It's
Let's
not-
be
no,
honest. Let's call
look,
it the way
it's
it
not
is,
that
man.
it's not that the 2 cabs I got rid of weren't good, because I believe they were, and
Yeah, they
the
were all
homes
right.
that they went to, I think they're going to get a lot of use. I was happy with both of the people that purchased them, because I know they're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But for me, I still to this day think playing the games on the iArcade, I get my best experience on there.
100%.
And once I put Glenn's deck on there, I did have to get used to the silent buttons,
Mm.
but I got used to them quick.
Oh, the buttons are good.
And-
I was just playing on it.
Yeah, they're great.
And I'd like to speak to John G in the chat there, saying about the game licensing issue. Well, if you were watching the pre-show there, I was playing Double Dragon, Combat Tribes, Magic Drop.
Yeah.
The games were still working.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I bought every game on the iArcade. I
they're
haven't
all
lost a game yet.
all my games are working. So that's news to me that people are having licensing issues. I don't think that exists.
How could that possibly happen? I mean,
Yeah, I know.
most of
I
these
don't
things are
understand.
all modded and offline.
Yeah,
I think you do have some options right now that are probably better cabinets than the iArcade, but they're a little higher than the price point, because iArcade, especially when they were on sale, they were right in there with the price of arcade 1-ups.
Yeah, the entry level arcade. I mean, they were down to like $350.
Yeah,
Dude,
the candy
I love
grab.
it so much.
$350 is insane for
I
the
paid
value.
$2.99.
Yeah, that's a good price. I paid a lot
Steph's
more
got the
than
basement deal, the bargain basement price.
But I'm very happy now
But it's
having
worth
the
it.
spacing, because I really enjoy. I miss that. I miss being able to see the beautiful artwork on the side of the cabinets, especially like the Dragon's Lair. The artwork on the side, on both sides of that, is so nice.
There
And
it is.
when it's just all
It
jammed
just
together, you can't
Actually
even.
wraps.
Yeah, you can't see it. So I enjoy it. Everything's looking nice with the new brick face. I still have a lot. I just made sure to at least get the brick face done in what the camera covers, but I still have a lot to go. And I haven't been taking the easy way out, like behind the TV that's mounted on the wall. I didn't just go around that. I took everything off, put the bricks up, and remounted everything over the bricks. All the light switches, all the power switches, everything
tight.
came off.
All the way.
Everything, yeah, everything's done
Bobby Boo
as
approved.
nice as possible. And when I'm done, you probably won't see it in the shot, but I'm going to be doing moldings around the ceiling that are going to have LED lights hidden inside of them.
Wow.
So the whole ceiling, it's going to look like a disco in here.
It's gonna be clean like a mother.
I love it though. You know, like
Yep.
this is my relaxing spot.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
like,
Got to make it.
and that's why I love Friday so much. Like, you finish a week of work, I just love coming in here, turning on all the lights, turning on all the cabinets, and just chilling out. Can pop, you know, a YouTube video up on the screen behind the arcade, play some games. Like, what more do you need than that?
That's it.
It's like,
It's Friday night
besides
arcade
going
time.
to Ichabod's house, I'm not somebody that goes out. I never was the type that really went out to bars and clubs and all that stuff. Maybe when I was younger. I more enjoy, you know, I like coming home and I like doing this stuff. And then I like going downstairs playing the VR. So I enjoy my house. DC Fago guy, Juggalo royalty in the house. What's up, DC Fago guy? Good to see you here.
Nice.
Yeah, so
You didn't ask, oh, what I was gonna say, you didn't ask me, but you did ask everybody, so I'm just gonna say on the iArcade, I'm still I when I turn that on, I want to play Dodonpachi and Centipede. I want to play Centipede with Glenn's deck.
Yeah, it is good.
And I played Centipede on this My Arcade thing today with the joystick, and it's just like I couldn't play it. I'm so used to using Glenn's awesome trackball.
It's like we are totally spoiled, aren't we? Now we live in this golden age where we can like play with the best controls, you know?
here's how we live, Brad. I can go on YouTube, look up obscure video games that, you know, are great that no one knows about, and then 10 minutes later it's on my cabinet and I'm playing
I know, it's insane.
Yeah. So yeah, I make a lot of my own, you know, the games for the arcade, but they're definitely killing it in the PAX or Us group. So
Oh yeah,
they're putting a lot of good stuff out there. So if you're not in that group on Discord and you have an arcade with the mod, I would highly suggest joining that group.
You know
We're
what's
getting
really
out all the
cool?
best games in Maine.
Absolutely.
On that group, I found a MAME ROM to play Keith Courage and Alpha Zones from the TurboGrafx 16, so I could play it on the iArcade. I also found Bonk, the arcade game.
Yeah, I've
So you
had the
can play
Bonk arcade game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I never
So-
even knew they had an arcade game for Bonk.
Yeah, they did.
yeah. What I
Yeah,
really go ahead. Sorry.
No, I didn't know that either until probably like 3 or 4 years ago, because all I ever knew was Bonk on the TurboGrafx. So I never realized that they had the arcade version for that.
You could also get Tattoo Assassins, this really obscure fighting game.
I've heard that one. I've heard of
Yeah,
that
that one's only got like 4 legit arcades ever made, and like one of them
Yeah.
is Galaxy Ghost. Yeah, so
one. That was an interesting title.
Well, I didn't know it was that rare because they had one at the Houston Arcade Expo. They only made 4 of
It's
them.
another
Wow.
one of those like Mortal Kombat clones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tried to.
the number's less than 10. I don't know the
Uh-huh.
exact number, but it's really rare.
It's rare, yeah. That's the only place I've ever seen it.
There's some that have made like replicas. They're not real. Like I saw this one guy. I think he's in like Arkansas or Louisiana. He has a one that he made himself out of a Mortal Kombat cabinet, but it runs off of a PC. So there's some out there, you know, that people wanted one, so they made one.
There's some faux tattoo assassins out there.
Yeah,
Some Fugazis.
but yeah, there definitely 100% is a real one at Galloping Ghost. Since you have a toy, here we got a McNugget, buddy.
Oh yeah,
we go.
my wife's got 4 of
ADD
them.
hour here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kerwin McFrost.
Yeah, I'll show my beer
Or
in
Kerwin
my
Frost, yes.
Nuka-Cola.
Nice.
Did you guys check out some of the new products in the Friday Night Arcade store?
I did. I picked up a Friday Night Arcade Show hat and T-shirt, and it'll be on the way in February. It'll be at my door.
Yeah, everything's been redesigned. So I'm thinking the quality should be top notch, because I didn't
There's some good stuff.
I didn't just take the existing logos and things I have. Everything was rebuilt at a very, very high resolution, like ridiculous. So I'm hoping that, you know, anyone that purchases shirts, hats. Well, the hats always look cool because they're embroidered. So even if the image wasn't like the highest resolution, they always look good.
There's two kinds of hats.
Everything's double-sided. Most of the hats you'll have it'll say shill on the back.
Are you still selling the old ones too? Because that's what I'm looking at right now.
The old ones were on a different store.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I clicked the link that you posted on the Facebook recently.
Yeah, cool. Do you have a picture of the T-shirt designs?
A link.
Show them.
No, I don't.
Can you throw them up?
I mean, you can see.
Throw a link up.
Yeah,
I would have
present
to
them.
I would have to go to the store.
Yeah.
All right, you guys keep it going.
Let's take a look at them. Let's take a look at them because you got some really cool new designs, which you know.
That's cool.
Yep. And this company that you get the product from, they do make quality stuff. I've gotten stuff from them before as well, and can vouch as well. I'm very happy with the product. And here it is.
So this is the shill pint glass.
So I need to get one
double-sided. So you got shill on this side.
Yeah, I got a mug,
got
a hat,
I need
t-shirt.
to get me a
logo.
mug.
Yeah, the mugs are new.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
That mug's gonna look
arcade design. And we got the Evil Arcade T-shirts, double-sided.
Right, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Friday night arcade show.
That's right.
Order now, so it
Nick, you bought stuff. I hope you used this promo code.
I did. There's a 10% off promo code.
I actually have a giant poster with different. You could choose from some different color backgrounds.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
God, wow.
What else have we got? There's a bunch of other stuff here. I would have to.
I guess the Iron Maiden's gonna come down. We're gonna put.
Look at this one.
Look at that. Look at that. That's
ultimate
like,
shill.
Be the ultimate
that one.
I think I'm the only idiot that would wear this.
Oh man, that'll trigger some Arcade What Up fans.
Why?
That's right. The girls will be all. You walk outside wearing that bad boy.
Well,
Like,
Brad, I see this merchandise as a representation of this show. So, you know, this particular logo has taken on a new meaning.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the shop and see what else we got. This is nice. The new Friday night arcade show. Look how big the logo is on the front, and then on the back.
Yep. Get the shill.
The shill. Yeah, did pretty much everything.
Shotgun shots in the house.
Woo! Then we have just the hat with the logo in the back. Then we got the brand new Friday Night Arcade Show shirt. This is definitely going to be better quality than well, I'm not wearing mine tonight. I got my Studio 17 shirt on my other channel. Friday Night Arcade Show, and then on the back you got shill. What else did I make here? I think
so.
That's
they wouldn't do the wouldn't do the devil shirt, huh?
The devil girls, the Evil
they
Arcade.
Pulled that and said they would not make it, huh?
No, it got pulled, but as you can see, it's back up. It's back up. I had to do a slight edit. They didn't explain.
That's the one I want. Where's that one at?
It's on the store.
Okay, let's check.
Just click on Friday Night Arcade Shop, and all the products will show. So I'll show you the one that got pulled.
Yeah,
I want the one that got. I want the one that got.
Speak of it.
This one got pulled.
Yeah,
that one right there.
Yeah, this got pulled.
Why?
For the dumbest freaking reason.
Because there's a devil on it.
No. Had nothing to do with the devil. Had nothing to do with the girls or anything. I couldn't figure it out. What happened is originally up here, it said parental advisory, 18 plus to play on the arcade. Apparently, that got picked up in the algorithm, and that is a copyrighted logo. So I found out 2 days later. I was like, what the hell was on the image that was bad? I can't figure it out. Was it like beer? Was it one of the girls? I had no idea. So instead, I had to re-edit the image, and I put, if you look at the arcade, there's a sticker on it that says like, I think 18 plus to play, and it looks like it's been someone had tried to start peeling it off.
Perfect.
But I did a lot of layering on this image, even so nobody would probably notice this, but the marquee, I made that marquee and then actually put a piece of glass over the marquee to try to give it a more realistic look. But that one sticker is on top of the glass.
Does it have tempered glass? Arcade tempered glass?
You have to get the shirt and find out.
Or is it just say it's
Hey, will the glass break by the time it gets
The
shipped?
glass should shatter into a million pieces.
Should it shatter?
if it's
Should it
tempered
shatter?
glass. Does it shatter? Or will it crack?
God, that's enough of me shilling the merchandise. No,
It looks great, Brooklyn. I like your new merch.
Thanks.
Looks
I
good.
do
did a good
try
job.
anything that I put out. I always try to make the best quality possible. If you get it and you don't like it, you can return it.
Yeah.
I think they let you pay in installments too, which is pretty
Sweet.
Yeah,
I
sorry
have
about
t-shirts
whatever the
too,
pricing
Brooklyn.
and stuff on these. Like this site, like they're not like the other site where I lowered everything down to like next to nothing.
Yeah.
But so at least whatever for the price, I tried to make this stuff, as best quality as possible. And I will continue to be adding to it.
That's cool.
Any new Papa Brad merch for 2024, Brad?
Yeah, I got like a coach's jacket. It's pretty crazy.
Shotgun Sean's gonna buy. The
Yeah,
Ultimate
it's
Show.
like
I think I may have to get one of those too, Sean.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be on Shotgun Sean's show
I know,
on
the
Tuesday,
community
but
show.
we had a terrible storm here in
And
Pennsylvania.
I'm getting that right now, actually, outside. I got a
Sean
foot
lives like
already.
a little over an hour from me. I know I'm familiar with his area, and I know over there it's like way more in the mountains, so trees and stuff coming down. He didn't have power, but
it's supposed to be like negative degrees.
I
coming up.
believe we'll reschedule. We'll be on with them with Rascal and Shotgun Sean this coming Tuesday.
sweet.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. I always enjoy watching that show.
Yeah,
on
it's a
Tuesday
great
nights.
show.
And your show on Thursday night, Brad. You guys have
nice
been, you guys have been just very consistent with that show.
Oh yeah.
And you could see like early on, a lot of people didn't even know about the channel. Now you guys are consistently pushing like 30 to 40 people that are just staying tuned in the whole night. So
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I love the
happy to see-
arcade talk show. It's been fun.
people enjoying the show. I always look forward to Arcade Talk.
Well, thank you.
And then we get to see it again the next day on your channel.
I know.
You still
Brad
need to
confuses the hell out of so many people
That's
because
right.
they don't know.
It's
Like you'll see,
Inception.
this show will be on Brad's channel.
Yeah, it'll be on my
tomorrow.
channel.
I love doing stuff
betcha.
on this channel just to make it way more difficult for Brad to put it on his
Oh,
channel
yeah,
because he
yeah,
has to
it's-
edit it out.
Yeah.
I work for like hours and hours on intros and stuff, and then Brad cuts them all out.
Yep. Way they go.
And people think it's live. You see people interacting, like asking questions of the people on the panel.
You know what you should do, Brad? You need to sell a T-shirt that says "Rebradcast." You really do.
I
The
do need to
rebroadcast.
make-
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
rebroadcast.
yeah.
It would sell.
I do. I need one of
From
those.
Boston.
Well, at least Brad doesn't just like throw it up and have it
Yeah.
play. He's on there. He'll
Yeah,
invite
I mean-
people on, and they'll have conversations over the show. Sometimes you hear
Yeah.
Brad talking like 2 times. It gets so confusing.
Oh, I know. Well, we had T. McCloskey jump in the last stream, so like it was like if you were watching, like it turned to live, So it's pretty cool.
That's why I call Brad the hardest working man in the home arcade community, because
Yeah.
every show he does, he literally does twice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get
I
like
just do this shit. It's done. Turn off the lights, and
Yep.
that's
That's
it.
right.
It's over.
It's so
I'm not
it's so
done.
nice. He's
Enjoy.
got to do it twice. Absolutely.
It's like, well, I'm gonna do the same show tomorrow.
I've got messages from people, and they're like, "You ignored me on Papa Brad's
Gotta
stream
give
and didn't
people what
answer
they
my
want."
question."
Brad's starting issues in the community. Like, I was asking you a question and you
I was
just
like, I
ignored
wasn't
me.
even on Papa Brad's channel.
Well,
What
you
are you
know,
talking about?
at Brooklyn, he's kind of stuck up. What can I say?
I love sometimes when I'm like, if I was on something with Brad and then hey, look, I'm on a show, but I'm not even doing anything. Like, but I'm on a show right now.
Yeah,
Yay.
Yeah, I ran the iArcadians for a long time.
Screen time.
I've ran a show.
The Arcadians was a great time.
I mean, for a long time, I mean, we did a ton of episodes. So
Yeah.
I mean, I know what it is to do a show.
I was on the 4th ever episode of the Arcadians, and then I joined the show permanently on the 17th episode. And then we ran with it from there. We ran it as far as it can go, right, Brad?
Yeah, man.
That's right.
In my opinion, I would have still
to the bitter end.
I would have still been doing it. I don't care.
Yeah.
To me,
I
like,
still like the iArcade. There's nothing wrong with it. It's actually
Yeah.
better than it ever has been. But I mean, it's sad that there's no company anymore. But I mean, they made something good and it's useful now. So I mean, is what it is.
Still the centerpiece.
The sad part is like once they're gone, there'll be no more. You know, there'll be less and less of them.
well, what's going to happen if people keep talking doom and gloom about Arcade 1-Up, and besides that, it really doesn't seem like they have anything going on right now or in the near future. And if they do, it's probably going to be the same thing that everybody already has. But that community seems to be thriving. Do you think? How long do you think channels that are exclusive to Arcade 1-Up can go if there is no more Arcade 1-Up? I have an opinion on this.
Not very long.
So I'll give mine first. My opinion is, why couldn't they keep going? Because when it comes down to it, this is just all about retro gaming, right? So it doesn't really matter what platform you play it on. If you're still having a good time doing it, right? You can, and even if the company doesn't exist anymore, why should that stop your good time? Yeah, you're gonna lose the excitement of not having any future products coming out, but you could still enjoy what you have with other people that love these games too, right?
Yeah.
But the people that are basically like the shills, so to speak, they have to have a new product to promote or a new product
purchase.
to box.
It's
Or
never
built
coming out of
around
beta.
buying something or building something. That's the hook. Rather than being built about playing games, which they don't do very often. It's not really built about buying stuff and building stuff and speculating for things that will never happen. I mean, it's just that's what it's all based around.
But those are the type of videos that are going to bring in a lot more views. But I'm just saying, in general,
It's all
if
built
you
around
enjoy hanging out, doing a live stream with other people that enjoy this too, what does it matter if
Doesn't
nothing
matter.
new is
You're
coming
right.
out?
It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Honestly, I'm not really interested.
It's a different story
Not
with stuff
anymore,
like
really.
at games, because you get one of those with the intention that you're going to be able to pretty much add whatever you want to it.
Yeah.
And they seem to be pretty consistent, putting out like new tables for the pinball. And I already have what, 200 on there.
I love the pinball. Love
Yeah,
it.
the pinball's great.
The only thing with the pinball, I think, Brad, you're figuring this out, is how do you film it? You
gotta put like a octopus kind of looking stand above it, and nothing
how many
touches it.
cameras do you have to have? Like 3?
3, one on your face, one
Yeah.
on the play
Yeah,
field, one on the
you
back
gotta
box.
have one. Yeah, you gotta have one.
Then on top of that, you gotta be worried about your room lighting because you can't have any lights in the ceiling shooting down on the glass.
Glare.
Yeah.
It's it's a lot of fun, let me tell you. But it's cool.
Cornicade is here.
Uh-huh.
Cornicade just got the Atari 50. I watched him put that together in his home arcade. Then
Nice.
he,
It did look like they were real happy.
Yeah,
his
the
wife
edit,
did not know what to think about it.
It's not a bunch of joy.
Yeah, the edit
Well-
I saw on that weekly What Up show was that he said a bunch of bad crap
Cornicade,
about
have
it.
you since found anything on there that you're having fun with? We'll see. Wait for him to
Yes,
answer
or-
the chat.
Let's go.
Or is it buyer's remorse?
Look, I have the 12-1 right behind me. You know,
I have the
and
Tempest. I like it.
I will never get rid
Centipede
of
right
it.
there. Right there.
I'll keep it till the motherboard goes out. But I mean, but I do like the Tempest cab that I have.
I'm always afraid every time I turn mine on. You know, like
Yeah.
Arcade 1-Up always gives you that little psych. It gives you like a couple of
Well,
seconds.
well,
before
well,
you
Yeah,
go,
it's
well,
like,
well,
is it gonna
well,
work?
well,
Work,
you
please.
may notice one of my Arcade 1-Ups is missing. It's no longer behind me.
Yeah, what happened?
Which one is that? Which one?
Was it Blitz?
Which one? Yeah. Blitz is no longer with us.
It's
What
pretty
happened
dope.
with it?
And so what happened
It got
was,
blitzed?
yeah, it got blitzed. So what happened is, one morning I just woke up, walked down the hallway. I see the marquees lit and everything because like all my arcades were on, and there was no football on the screen there. And I'm like,
Too
okay.
bad, too sad.
So anyway, long story short, the monitor was gone. Because the audio, the game loaded up and everything, buttons still work because you could hear it through the audio, right, when you turn the game on and everything. But the other monitor is kaput. So I ended up selling it for $100 on Facebook Marketplace,
Too bad, too sad.
as is, and I got
Just someone
pretty
will
dope.
fix it.
and someone will
Steps,
fix
is-
it.
there's a question in the chat that I think would be good for you to answer.
Yes, I did change out the buttons. I used HAP competition buttons though, not Sanwa buttons.
What's the diameter?
The diameter of the buttons, I don't know. I know the diameters of the wires. I did have to get different wires and adapters. It's in my video. If you want to see the video
the DRS?
on my channel, I could put a link if I can
Yeah,
find
throw a
it.
link in the chat room.
Yeah, because you totally redid all the buttons. And did you do the joystick too?
I didn't change the joysticks.
Just the
'cause I think
buttons.
his joysticks are better, to be honest.
Yeah.
I have a ton of Sanwa sticks. I could have done that. His joysticks. I just thought with the gate switcher and everything was.
If
Better.
you
Yeah,
you are
they
gonna
work good.
change the buttons, just prepare to have like a hair dryer. And
Well, it's all in,
Because my-
you know.
my buttons were glued, and there was like speculation back and forth. Are they glued? Are they not glued? Mine were
They're
glued.
glued.
Steps. I
Glued.
showed you, like you were able to see the little bead of glue. I didn't have any intention of changing the buttons, but what happened is my A button, the button that you're going to use the most, came loose. Was out of the box. It was loose and wiggling. So every time I would have hit it, that button would have been shaking around. So I was like, all right, no problem. So I go to turn the nut on the bottom to tighten it. I can't turn the freaking thing,
Yeah.
no matter what.
So the HAP comp buttons are a little bit. I think they're not as wide as the Sanwa, but the buttons. Some people do say they come off easy, but I had a couple that came off easy too. But the problem is, Glenn confirmed to me, and I had a conversation with Glenn, that they use blue Loctite on all the buttons. So I did use a hair dryer. A couple of them I did get off with the wrench,
The
but
hair dryer works.
hair dryer was just
easy.
way better.
Yeah, a couple of seconds with the hair dryer, I was able to
Melts the
tighten it
glue.
up,
Yeah.
and it's good to go.
Mhm.
So it's not like you can't change them out, but you want to make
Right.
sure that you have the
Probably
right
gonna leave
size replacement.
Yeah, I
buttons
didn't
that
do
are gonna
anything
fit.
to it. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
I
just feel
yeah,
like
you spend all this money and you're like,
it's not worth
forget-
it, you know, for me.
Screw shit up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I adapted to it pretty quick.
Yeah, Ichabod adds
The buttons on it are good anyway. I just was playing on it this tonight. They're fine. I like.
Ichabod, man, you need to jump on this second pre-order. I'm telling you, because
Well, you get the trackball and the spinner, that alone,
yeah,
and the gate switcher. I mean, all the stuff.
The
you get,
gate
it's just
switcher
like a
alone.
game changer.
if
Oh,
it
that's
only
a
had the
game
gate
changer.
switcher, that was
If you-
worth the purchase alone. Because there were games that I'd have so many issues with trying to hit
The
ladders,
controls,
stuff
yeah.
like Burger Time. You know, now no issue.
Pac-Man. Now you, since you can play everything, all the games that had a four-way gate games like Pac-Man, you need to have that four-way gate.
Absolutely.
HAP buttons are Suzo HAP competition buttons are the buttons you would typically see in an arcade in the 90s on most machines. Now, if you're playing a shmup on a what you call it, a candy cab, those most likely are using
Sanwa,
Sanwa
yeah.
buttons. So if you're going to use Sanwa buttons, you're probably going to have to make the holes in the deck wider, which might be a challenge because everything on Glenn's deck is very compact.
There's
Very,
a
very
lot going
compact.
on
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you were going to play mostly shmups, well, I play shmups on mine a lot. I love shmups, and I use Cherry micro switches.
Dude,
They have
he's
the
talking
best
about
response for
the
me.
4-way, the plastic gate. Dude, this is way better.
You just spit out your drink. What?
Yeah.
He also asked about Arcade One if they went out of business with the game still play online, and the answer is
Oh,
All over
most
those
of
fancy lights you just blasted.
the answer is some of them may still work online. Like Killer Instinct is hosted by
God, he
Code
made me
Mystic.
choke on my beer.
But a lot of them won't though. A lot
No,
of them
they
will go
won't.
away. They'll go away if Arcade One Up goes out of business. You won't be able to play those games online anymore. It's over with.
And I don't know where they're hosted, but I do know most of the programming they contract out is over in China somewhere. So I don't, who knows?
Here's a question: can you take the buttons off of your original controller and just move them over?
I would think so. I didn't try, but I would think so. I like those buttons a little bit better personally. I thought for some generic buttons they were really good. I did enjoy them for the most part.
Ichabod, you better jump on that pre-order, man.
Ichabod does need to get the pre-order because that trackball
Don't miss out this
alone is worth it. It's nice. I don't even have sending guns yet, and I could get them, but the deck's been worth it without the sending guns.
Yeah.
And the sending guns are just gonna be bonus.
Yeah, this might be the last run too. I mean, like the
The
second
first run was supposed to be
first
the
one was
last,
supposed to be
so-
the last run, but a lot of people still wanted to get it, so they did a second run. But after this, man, it's just I don't know if he's going to make them anymore.
The other thing would be is that
If
he has the black and orange iArcade, he probably
He
does
does.
not need to get any art to put. He's not going to have to take it all apart, put art on it for it to match.
Yeah.
Because I have mine with no art because I have the Retromania. It's black and red, it looks great. I think that where he's sitting with that black and orange one, it'd be fine without having to do all that extra work.
Steps, I have art for mine. I have art, but I don't want to take it all apart.
It's
I
a-
literally
That's
bought
thing,
the art.
man.
I watched your video, and I was like, as much as I would love to have this Dragon's Lair art on that Glenn's deck, it's like I'm not taking it apart. It
I
just
hear you.
seems too complicated.
You have
It's
to
not
take everything
complicated, it's
apart.
just time
to do that
Everything.
neat.
Even the headphone jack and stuff. I mean, you have to take everything apart. I mean, you're talking that's a major project. And then the
Yeah.
buttons are wired differently too. They're not wired like the other arcades I'm used to.
Okay, is Hidden Gems Retro Indie Gamer? Is that Cuddles?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's 58.
I'm reading his comments. I'm like, that's got to be Cuddles.
He changes his name every week.
Yeah,
I know it's him.
He's like, Sindon's dated. It's like, well, the point of playing the iArcade or a home arcade a lot of times is to play dated arcade games. So,
All right, so he wants to steer this into my other passion, VR. So he wants me to
VR.
answer.
Yeah, I still can we say one thing about the Sendin? I still love playing Operation Wolf and on the iArcade. I love the games that we did get. They were fun.
So
Operation
my
Thunderbolt.
experience playing Operation Wolf on PSVR 2 felt like, I'm not saying it was I think playing like shooting games in VR definitely trumps even Sinden. It's just way better because you're there. Operation Wolf, I felt like it was a good game, but it has no replay value on the VR version. The arcade version you could keep score chasing, but it was I kind of had a good time. I picked it up the night it came out, did a full playthrough that night, beat it in a couple of hours. And other than the campaign, man, they tease you in that game because in the main menu they have an Operation Wolf cabinet sitting right there.
Right
But
there.
they don't let you do anything
They'll
with
let
it.
you play
It's
it.
like, come on, man. Let us play the cabinet. It's right there in VR. That would be so cool.
It's so
So
unfair.
I felt like the Operation Wolf VR was a little bit of a cash grab, but not a terrible game. But for the price, not worth. It doesn't have much replay value. Now, there is a VR game called Crisis Brigade 2. That is amazing. Great light gun style arcade game in VR. I would highly recommend that one. And there's a bunch more. VR is a different world than arcades because you're there. You're in the freaking game.
Is there a VR game I could like play where I could just like think that I went fishing all day?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I have
right.
one where you can go fishing all around the world.
There's a
And
realistic one.
the fish that you catch when you go back to your cabin, you have a gigantic fish tank, and you could put the fish in there. Yeah, and the places that you go are photorealistic too, and you can go there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
like you could just meet up with your friends and just hang out, chat, and fish. I don't even like fishing, but for some reason that fishing in is a lot of fun. You can spend hours in there.
They need to remake that old computer game Phantasmagoria in VR. That would be insane.
They made Seventh Guest.
Yeah.
Brooklyn was
The
playing that.
VR this year is just off the chain. The stuff that's coming out, the stuff that was released at the end of the year, like
got like 19 games in my
Sega
backlog.
Mass Fishing.
19
yeah.
games in my backlog, and there's a game coming
Freaking
on the 25th.
Dreamcast had that fishing rod. I have that fishing rod controller.
Underdogs, a robot mech fighting game.
For the Dreamcast,
Oh.
I have the fishing controller.
It's
That is
available
gonna
on
be good.
Xbox too, Sega Bass Fishing. It keeps suggesting that to me, and that fighting game that Cuddles kept pushing.
Final Vendetta?
No, the
What's it called? Final Vendetta or something like that?
the Final Vendetta is a beat 'em up, I think.
Oh,
There was
okay.
a fighting game that was really weird. It was like a 90s style fighting game.
Yeah, I got
Was
that
it
one.
VR?
I can't remember.
No. It's an indie game.
I'm
Indie
talking
fighting
about Quest. I'm talking about PSVR 2, Quest 3.
Whoa. Hold the presses. We got 10 gifted memberships from Goofyfoot. Thank you so much, Goofyfoot. Really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. This is for you. This is for Goofyfoot. Let's do it.
Mostly Quest 3 and PlayStation VR 2.
Verdict
Guilty. That's it. That's the
If
one.
I'm playing, I'm
Guilty.
usually streaming, so you
Nice.
can catch it here on this channel. But Cuddles and I mean, look out for it. Don't know when it's coming, but we are filming a show together. That's going to be like a very professional looking show.
Is
Not going to be
that-
StreamYard. We're going to do
Has
some.
anybody? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we have something coming up. You know about my show that I announced last year, Reality Sucks. So I have to do at least one episode. So on the first one, Cuddles and I are gonna do that one together. And because we want to talk about a hidden gem called Barbaria on the PlayStation VR 2 and a few other things. I was so happy that Cuddles was like one of the only ones that picked up that game, and now it has become like pretty much his favorite VR game. What
I
is
was gonna
Brad doing?
ask, has anybody tried the Microsoft Game Pass games that are on for MetaQuest, or is there a very good list yet?
That
or-
is basically, you're not getting VR, but you can sit there and have a virtual screen as big as you want. And you can even if you want to see your room and just place it anywhere, you could sit down and you could
Place
play.
it on the wall.
I remember that, man.
It's a Dreamcast fishing controller,
I
man.
remember that controller. But
Listen to it. Listen to it. Listen to it. Listen to the sound. Brings you back.
I bet you that thing goes for like $500 on eBay. Now I'm gonna look.
Look, it's got a little controller. These things are awesome.
That's got to go for a fortune.
Yeah, don't break it. Don't break it.
There it is, man.
Actually, it's not going for that bad. I thought that got to be rare.
They weren't that expensive. I don't think.
Well,
they're that
they
expensive.
probably do break the parts with wear
Yeah.
over time.
it's
If people
most-
just toss them in the drawers and stuff, and like they would just break.
New in box, they're $100.
Yeah. But when you're playing the Sega Bass Fishing, man, when you're playing the fishing games on the Dreamcast, this thing was awesome.
There's
So-
there's two fishing games on the Dreamcast too. There's the Sega
That-
Bass Fishing and the Sega Marine Fishing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a couple games.
Steps. Hopefully, one day you will get VR. I would think the Meta 3 would be a great starting point for you. You'd be extremely happy with it.
That would be the way I'd have to go because I don't
Yeah.
plan on getting a PlayStation. It's just that
Oh,
plus
yeah.
the VR. It's too expensive, and I kind of really enjoy my Xbox. So I'm like,
Yeah,
that
and
would be
if you already
my
have a
plus
PC, most VR games will run on most PCs nowadays.
Shout out to Video Game Vegas.
So you've got that option to get like the PC version of all your Meta games. You get it for free, like all the games you buy through Meta. You get the PC version through the Meta store, and then you
I'm
got
not
the
really-
Steam library.
I don't really mess with PC VR as much.
No, because you
Yeah,
want the
I just didn't-
standalone. Yeah,
Yeah, I just want to put it on and go.
No
and
wires.
but that's why I'm so happy. That's why I was saying earlier that VR is just like this year. It's just the end of last year and into this year. It's just killing it, man. Like I'm just blown away by the fact that they managed to push out a game like Asgard's Wrath 2 on a standalone headset. Like I go into that game and I don't want to leave. I just want to be in that world. Like hours go in minutes.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
That's
the
the one.
Walkabout Golf.
I got
Is still
all-
my favorite. Walkabout Golf is my favorite game still.
Walkabout is like one of the best social games. It's so great.
It's great.
hanging
Oh, yeah.
out. There's
It's
so
just so
much content
relaxing.
for it. Yeah.
You know, playing the golf courses and stuff. It never gets old. I mean,
And
I
a
love
lot
it.
of people don't tune in, Brad, but they don't realize like we've played with so many people, you know?
Yeah, it's great.
We play. It's like we'll get the Rexer
It's like you're
show.
there. It's like you're
Kev
there.
Brett.
We were in
Rexer
a
started
submarine.
watching.
We had a submarine adventure.
Rexer would pop in on my VR streams, and then he wound up, he didn't. His problem with VR was he had a bad experience years ago.
Mhm.
He got like motion
Sickness. Yeah,
So-
that's what I thought would happen to me. I was
He
like,
was
that's what's
concerned.
keeping me away from doing it. You know, I
But
was like,
he would
man,
usually pop in, check out my VR streams. Kev Grant and I had got together when the PSVR 2 first out, and we started playing stuff together. Then we started this whole golf thing, and it just grew. And more people joined. Then finally, Rexer got a VR headset. He joined in, and yeah, we stream it all live on this channel. Most people don't tune in for the VR stuff, but man, we have such a great time regardless.
it's fun.
Yeah, I'm not paying $3,500 for an Apple Vision Pro VR.
No, you don't
No,
need
that's
to. No,
crazy.
it's not. It's not necessary. It's not-
The comment says you need to get the new Apple Vision Pro VR. I'm like, no, I can't afford that. Nope.
The biggest shill. What troll account is that?
The biggest
That's
show.
hilarious, though. It's hilarious. It's a big sombrero.
Whoever it is, thank you anyway. Sure, it's somebody that's blocked in the channel.
The bigger sombrero you have, the bigger shill you are.
Yes.
That's right. That if you're not an imposter, send a super chat.
Yeah, I love VR. Usually I'd be playing tomorrow, but tomorrow I'll be doing the Ichabod show. The only analog show on YouTube. See, that's the only show I do where I actually have to drive over an hour to go be on it.
It's
But
all
it's always
work.
cool hanging out with Ichabod.
He has a wheel, a real wheel, not a virtual wheel.
Oh yeah, no, everything
he has
is real.
he has a wheel with markers, and he
There
draws
is
on
there is no digital. The only time there's digital stuff
When you
is
play the
when
games.
I'm there.
it.
When I show up, I'll do digital. But yeah, everything with him is done old school style. But that's what I like about it. I think there should be I'm not sure, but there might be 4 of us on there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hopefully that samurai guy is there. I haven't met him yet. All right. Everybody seems all of a sudden in shock. Is everyone like focused on the chat?
I have.
I'm just watching what's happening. I'm just watching what's
I'm
happening.
paying attention to
read
the
the
chat
chat.
room. I'm trying.
I
Yeah, same
to
here.
get a sombrero.
Yeah, who's the sombrero guy?
We
Was
got
it
Jason.
was
Jason's
it
the
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 Campbell
biggest
Brew
shell.
that
What are you
deserts now?
talking about?
The biggest
Biggest
shell.
shell.
Yeah.
It's probably one of 2 people, but it's
Yeah,
the
it's
biggest
one of 2
shill, so
people. You
that's
know
all
who
that
it is.
matters. Welcome, the biggest shill. Yeah, we're happy to have you here. Look at everyone else is so fucking frazzled by that. Like, oh shit, there's a sombrero. It's got to be somebody.
Speedy
Somebody's here to
Gonzalez.
do something bad.
Oh, yeah,
Don't worry about it.
nobody wears a sombrero that big.
It's
God.
like, look,
It's
every
us.
biggest shill.
They're
wears a sombrero.
overcompensating for something.
No, you're fine, biggest shill. Welcome. Enjoy the chat room.
No, we're just teasing.
Even
it.
if you're
All
someone that's blocked on this channel, look at my numbers of live viewers. I'm happy to have anybody here. Just anyone that shows up, it's good.
good.
So we're gonna be playing games tonight. I hope we can keep talking. I hope everyone has not all of a sudden is like completely focused
Oh,
in on
good,
who the
man.
biggest shill is. But
It's you.
hey, my hands are up. It's not me. But we're gonna be playing on our Atari game stations that we all have tonight, and I posted 4 games in a poll in the chat room. I can actually put this up too, so you can see the selection.
Hold.
I got together with everyone before we started, of course, last minute, and these are the games that we came up with. Alien Brigade on the Atari 7800, which a lot of people aren't familiar with. It's something that I just found. Millipede on the
Right,
5800, that was Brad's choice.
And that is
Liberator Arcade,
a
my
deep
choice.
cut.
And Food Fight Arcade was also Brad's choice. So the chat room has been voting, and they can continue to vote on the game that we are going to play against each other tonight on our Atari game stations.
Woo!
Yeah, so keep voting in the chat room. I already know Food Fight's going to win.
Yeah, Samurai Bob. That's the guy. Samurai Bob is not the Terminator. Ichabod Crane says.
Between me being there, Samurai Bob, PK, and Ichabod, it literally looks like the cast of an 80s beat 'em up game. But it should be a fun show. And Ichabod, I have since I was last there, I easily have over 100 more games to load you up with. Last time I was there, I dropped 600 games on this cabinet.
Wow.
I can't wait
Wow.
to do that with the Viper board. Got all these games.
And you know what was so stupid,
Yeah,
Brad? I tried to do it all in one shot. I
Yeah.
was like, let's test this out.
Jam those games
I
down
gotta
his
be
throat.
honest.
More games.
I
More
don't care.
games.
I don't care if I mess up mine because it's mine.
Yeah.
I was freaking
Worried,
nervous as
yeah.
know when I was playing with his because
I
I
know,
was
'cause
so
it's not
concerned.
yours.
Yeah,
It's one thing if it's your
Yeah.
own thing.
yeah, I was so concerned that I would do something to mess it up because I do know how much he loves that arcade. He gets so much enjoyment out of it.
He
And
loves it.
if I would have done
Loves
something to
it.
mess it up, man, I would have had to give him one of mine.
Yeah.
But
So we got them all now.
fortunately,
We got all
everything-
the arcade games. We got all the arcade games for days.
You know how like sometimes you're pushing games and it just gets locked?
Yep.
Yeah. And then yeah, just one game, like one big game that I tried to push on there, it just kept screwing up. And I was like, please, when I reboot this, please turn back on. Like, don't break. But
Oh yeah,
it's all good.
put that on there. Ninja Baseball Batnik. I probably could play on the Game Station Pro. I'm sure we could try to do that.
Possibly. I haven't done
I don't
anything.
know.
I literally got my Game Station Pro, updated the firmware, put it back in the box. Tonight, took it out, have it all hooked up and ready to go for outplay.
Mm.
But yeah, let the chat room keep voting. So far, looks like Food Fight is in the lead. Food Fight, the arcade version.
What does updating the firmware do?
A lot.
A lot. Fixes the menu system. All kinds of stuff. In Centipede, it puts the aspect ratio to arcade instead of stretched. But mainly, it's most important when you put a memory card into it. It helps make the file system work better. You could speak on that, Nix.
Yeah, absolutely. With that firmware update, it allows you to make your own folders, so you can organize all the games and the systems to your liking on the memory card. So it's and then you just navigate it in and out, and it's fantastic. Yeah.
Will this recognize other controllers then?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
When I plug in the PS5 controller, it recognizes it. The buttons work. Select.
It just works.
Select
It all just works.
It all just works. That's the menu. That's the menu button for the to put you in the menu to go back out to select games. You just hit the PlayStation home button, and then yeah, it's good to go.
So I have the 2600 Plus, which I love. I have 2 cartridges for it, each with a couple of games. I feel that out of all the Atari products, that feels the most authentic when you play it.
Yeah,
I have the Game Station, which again I don't have a lot of time with, but I'll start messing with it. And I have the VCS. VCS is not being used for the show. Hooked up permanently downstairs on my big screen TV. What a nightmare getting that thing set up.
Yeah, it's a journey.
Holy crap, dude!
You gotta flash the firmware. It's a journey.
If you don't have any kind of like technical know-how in messing with this stuff,
it could be tough.
You basically your new gift that you got for the holidays would just be like a freaking paperweight, because out of the box, because who knows those things how long they were sitting there in the factory. The firmware is back way too far, so when you hook it up, it cannot upgrade to the new firmware, and you can't create an account. You just get stuck in an endless loop. So you have to create a flash drive. You got to create a flash drive, okay? So you have to know how to do that. You got to follow YouTubers that will teach you how to do it, and then you put that in, boot it with the flash drive, and then it will update it to one of the newer firmwares, so then you can actually create an account, and then it can start updating itself. But that's insane, because most people just think they're gonna pick something up, set it up, and be ready to go. I was like, all right, cool, I'm home early. I'm setting this up today. I'm gonna get some time to chill out, play on this thing. Dude, it was 5 hours later before I had that thing up. The second I got it up, everybody's home, and I got no time to mess with it. So, but my thoughts on the VCS is for as long as it's been out, it's been out 4 to 5 years now. Like, the library is, if you're getting it with the intention of playing like indie retro games, there's not a lot of choices on there. If you're getting it with the intention of playing Atari stuff, yes, it's good, but you do have to configure your stick. Like, I went to play Black Widow and I'm doing the dual stick and nothing's happening, because by default They don't even have it set up to play dual stick, and it's a dual stick game. But at least I figured out you can go in and configure it. But the indie retro stuff is very light on that, especially for as many years as that thing has been out.
You got a request from Corner Kid.
Good news is our friends from Ettensoft are working on getting Circus Interstellar onto the VCS. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll definitely support them and pick it up on there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I love it. I mean, that's just me, though. I mean, I love the VCS.
Plays so good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't
love
it.
It's really, you know, it's just meant to be a tribute to Atari. I mean,
But Brad, you got it. You had issues. You couldn't even buy games.
oh,
They
I know.
finally
I'm
fixed
not saying it's perfect. I'm saying, like, now that I have the games on it, I am enjoying it. But you're right. It's not going to be your main console. It's a very niche. It's a very niche product.
Yeah.
It's really. I mean, it's playing the recharge games and a few of the homebrews. If you're into Atari homebrew games and a couple of indie games. But you're right. It's a very small library. I mean,
I plan on getting the recharge games when they're on sale. I plan on getting that new version of Hero.
look at the Streets of Rage. Look how many variants of Streets of Rage. You want Simpsons Streets of Rage?
Simpsons.
Look at that.
It's a ROM hack.
Look at
On here, Brad.
Hey,
Brad, all I
What?
hear is click, 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 click,
Look
click.
at this.
what? I'm just trying to show that.
You're
like,
distracted.
I have the solution to
play a
this.
few
Here we go.
games.
From now on, this is my damn show. Let them click.
List. They're missing all the games that they're missing out on.
That was
Holy
the
crap!
Corner
This is like the
Kid.
most ADD home arcade show.
Corner Kid wanted to let's go.
Yeah, you love it.
So you owe Corner Kid a
Man.
Let's Go, Brooklyn.
Can you imagine if
Let's
you could
go,
play it?
Corner
How
Kid.
about some arcade games?
Cornercade, I had Let's Go in the opening of my show before you even had a show.
yeah, I
so
gotta figure out how to do that to get the.
You'll be hearing from the Friday Night Arcade Show
Arcade
lawyers.
games.
We want money every time he says "Let's go."
I got all these arcade games.
Good luck with that.
The only thing I don't like about that, Brad, is why can't you have it where you can just pick the game by seeing like the cover art? Can you do that? Or is that the only way to go through it?
$55, Brooklyn. $55.
Yeah, I know.
Hopefully, in a firmware update, they might add that.
I mean,
you know,
$55. I'm gonna say
We'll
one
see.
more time. I mean, for the money, you
55
can't
bucks.
touch this mug. You can't touch it, man. It plays these arcade games like a champ.
What the hell is going on with Atari? Like I'm
It's
literally
good
getting,
emulation. That's
I'm
the
getting
thing. That
emails
is,
every
yeah.
day with new
this thing is
products.
this thing is so good.
the
They announced
emulation
that
is
new
good.
mini today of like an old Atari computer.
Yeah, like
doing
they're
a
making
mini.
moves this year. The Atari, yeah.
I got some shit from G Fuel, as like Atari has also linked up with them, and they have some like Atari box with
You got the
G
whole
Fuel in it.
libraries here, man, of a lot of these things, man.
I mean,
Atari is
who's-
just
what's
like
the,
linking up with everybody.
Everything.
what's the market for an Atari 400 computer mini? I mean, what's the market for that really?
No, I'm not. I have no.
Papa Brad,
interest.
Papa Brad's the market. I'm getting
It'll
one.
look, it'll look
You know
cool on
I'm
your
getting
counter
that.
steps.
What?
Dude, it
It'll
has
look cool on
Bruce
the
Lee on it. It has
Oh my
one
God.
of my favorite computer games of all time is Bruce Lee, and
Brad's
it comes on
eating
it.
the mic.
Oh
That's
my
Bruce
god,
Lee
you
on
gotta be the
I love
only
that.
person.
I don't think so. I don't think I'm the
No?
only person.
Yeah, but you already have Bruce Lee on probably 50 other things.
No, actually, I could play it on my at games, but it'll be cool playing it. I mean, I like it. I'm gonna get it.
Well, they're gonna let you plug a USB into that too.
and you can be able to put all those computer games on there. I mean, this is the way, open and connected. Yeah, it also, you want a fancy menu, hit 2 buttons, and look how quick it went back to it. I mean, I'm a fan of good emulation, and this thing is dirt cheap. For what it can do, it's dirt cheap. Now, is it the most, it's not the most powerful machine, but I mean, for retro stuff, it's fine. It's great.
Yeah, but what it does for $50 and these
for 50, 60 bucks,
it's really cool.
I mean, wireless controllers.
Our friend of the show, the Rexer show, was over at CES, and he actually visited the. Did you see all this new stuff Atari has coming out? Like they have brand new controllers coming out for this. They actually fixed the button configuration. They're
putting a number pad, like so if you play the 5200 games, if they bake that into the emulator, you'll actually be able to use the number pad to select
Star
the games.
Raiders had that.
What do you think of their countertop arcades?
I think it's a hit and miss. I'm tell you why. As an emulation device, it should have 6 buttons. With the 4 buttons, it limits the games. But I mean, that's the only thing I would have changed, really. I mean, I'm playing the arcade games right now on this Game Station Pro, and they're not bad. But you can run the Capcom fighting games, no problem.
So I'm not getting one, but if I did, it would be the larger one.
Yeah, me too.
And by me looking at that,
needs to have more DI.
Do you think that this is like either their step in the door to, and then by next year they'll be pushing out like these 3/4 cabinets, or do you think that the one that's already there, it seems like if you look at it, that they could potentially make a base for it that you could set that countertop into? Don't you think? By the way it looks.
Are you talking about My Arcade still?
Yeah. All this Atari stuff coming out.
Like I like they just came out the Game Station Pro like within the last couple months. They're like, we got a new version coming out. And I'm like, what? I have to buy another one? Or if
anything, I wouldn't get another one. Just get
but here's the thing. I think it's going to be compatible with what you got. It's like if you got if you got 2 more controllers, you could play 4-player Warlords.
So could I buy just the controller?
Yes, they're going to sell just the controllers. They're going to sell the unit. They're going to sell a portable version. They're going to have all kind of cool stuff. Like this whole thing is just a really dirt cheap emulation system. I mean,
well, it's really $100. These are the ones that we got for 55.
No one. Who do you know that paid $100 for theirs? Okay, I'm going to ask you an honest question. Do you know any soul that paid $100 for their Game Station Pro? I rest my case. Most people pay between $50 to $60.
Yeah.
Maybe as much as 80, but no more than that.
The controllers are pretty awesome.
I mean, for the money, the controllers alone and the emulation.
So the spinner, you can't just spin it freely, but you know what? I forgot because it's been so many years since I've been on a actual Atari paddle control. You couldn't spin those freely either.
Spin those, they're paddles.
So they actually kept it authentic. The only weird thing is the B button placement and this trigger.
Yeah.
That's gonna kind of like you would really have to get used to that.
Yeah, well, that's why
on the new ones they're putting the buttons all
in a row
down the side.
It's gonna be good.
I like the way they light up.
What did the original Atari controller have? Did it have a button on
the top
of the joystick? Oh, it only had one button.
Where the A button
I'll show you one steps.
It's all that it has. I can go get one out of the other room, but I have to get up. But just where the A button is all that they would have.
Yeah, I'm knocking my mic all over the place.
I've never seen a button on top of a joystick before. That was kind of weird.
You know what this would be great for is playing like those tank games where like you're shooting.
I'm breaking the whole fucking room. Show steps.
Zaxxon would be good for this button.
Here's steps. Let me show you now that I knocked everything over.
There you go. That's an Atari joystick.
They always would break too because the ring inside was a piece of plastic. So if you played it rough, that plastic would the ring would always snap and you'd have to go in and try to fix it. But this is actually one of the modern ones. I think that I think it's probably made of material inside that won't snap.
Those will work with the old Atari too, won't they?
Yeah, everything's compatible with the Atari 2600 Plus.
Well, I mean, it'll
You
work
can
with the
run
Atari 2600 regular, won't it?
Yeah. It's the same thing. You can use the old paddles with the 2600. All the accessories work. It's the same ports and everything.
They got so many different devices doing the exact same thing now. That's what's kind of weird.
It's a little different. There's differences between them. I mean, for me, like you get the 2600 Plus if you're an Atari collector and you have a bunch of cartridges. If you just want to play retro games, you want to sit on your sofa and play some games every once in a while. That are these old games. I mean, this Game Station Pro is a little powerhouse, man. I bought this expecting to kind of give a negative review, and it surprised me actually. I was surprised how good it was. I'll be very honest. I was totally expecting to, because my arcade, let's face it, they've not had the, I always see them in Walmart, I mean, to me, this is the first product they made that really impressed me, honestly.
They're definitely stepping up. It seems like Atari is like really wants to get their foot in like the home arcade market.
Mm-hmm.
And I think eventually they're going to be there. I mean, there was speculation in what's that channel? Is it John Hates Everything? Did I say that right, Brad? He featured you and Steps on his channel over Christmas when he did like the naughty or nice list. That's a great channel.
It is a good
Seems
channel.
Like
I always watch all his videos when it comes to my stream. James, does James Hate Everything?
Yeah, there it is. I'm sorry, I said John.
Yeah.
James Hates Everything.
James Hates Everything.
That's an amazing
he's cool.
Game room. Like the guy has like some really cool collectibles in there, huge collection. But he's really smart, and he did a kind of like a speculation video that he thinks Atari is going to invest into Arcade 1-Up, bail them out, and then maybe eventually have a bigger part. Eventually, maybe take over. Who knows? But it made a lot of sense to me.
You never know.
And it seems legit because they're like dipping their toes in a lot of different, retro inspired content.
Did you know though that
yeah, for sure.
Namco
That makes sense.
Namco at CES has their very own new version of Class of '81 that they have at CES that they're gonna sell. That's actually made by Bandai Namco, and it's loaded with like 33 games, and it looks like a real legit like Class of '81.
That's cool.
And apparently though that it's going for like $3,000.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was liking these new candy cabs coming out, but again, you get them, and there's nothing to play on it. You have to.
It's all do it yourself. It's still do it yourself for the most part.
But they are blurring the lines now of home arcade to actual arcade products. Like it's starting to get to that point. So we'll see. We'll see what happens down the road. For me, makes no difference because I have no intentions of getting anything else. I'm happy with what I have. I got rid of everything that I don't use, and now I have everything that I use. So I'm still curious of stuff coming out, and we'll be excited to see, any other people that pick it up and put out video reviews on it. I'll definitely be there day one watching it and checking it out. But for me, I'm kind of happy where I'm at. What about you, Brad? Besides all these little Atari products, really don't take up much space.
Yeah, I'm waiting for an At Games pinball, so that's the next thing I'm adding to my arcade. So
now, are you going to get rid of your original pinball?
I really have not decided yet. I mean, honestly, I think I'm gonna wait till I have it in my hands and then make the decision. But I haven't decided yet. I kind of love my ALP. I've slowly bought all the game packs as they came out, and I have every game on it. And I like it. I like just having all the choices. When I turn it on, I have hundreds of pinball machines to choose from. So
yeah,
it's kind of tough because if I sell it,
we don't talk
already
about
paid for,
pinball,
you know.
it's not that we don't love it, but we're of the thought that if we want to play pinball, we'll go to an arcade and play
Go to a
pinball.
real arcade and play.
Spending like I'm not against it. Like if you have a big house and have a big space and you want to have like one beautiful centerpiece in your basement or something, yeah, 100%. If I can do it, I would definitely want to have. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, so I would want to have a Godzilla, pinball machine. But here's the thing with that, like you're getting into like craziness. Every one of these things is literally the price of like buying almost like buying a car.
Yeah. It's a used car.
And it's the same addiction as like an arcade 1-up. But you can literally put together an entire home arcade for less than the price of one actual pinball machine. But once you get that addiction, right, there's more of them that are going to keep coming out, and you're going to want them. So eventually, like, you're just going to, like, it's going to be an insane amount of debt or monthly payments paying for all these pinballs. And I'd rather not have that. If I want to play, all these pinball machines are readily available at local arcades. And Brad, I think you did the math. Like, how many times could you play pinball?
Oh, it's insane. You could literally go to every arcade expo probably in the US, I mean, for the cost of one pinball, like in a year. And you could play hundreds of pinball machines. Hundreds.
I mean, you pretty much played them all.
That's what I do. I mean, I prefer just, and it's, guess what? Brooklyn, when it breaks, it's not your problem.
That's the other issue also.
When something breaks or gives out, it's not your problem, I mean,
from what I've heard,
they all break.
Pinballs,
even new.
There's a lot of maintenance, and that maintenance is expensive. So,
if you can't do it yourself, be prepared because you're going on a journey.
If I bought something for like 10, 11 grand and it broke within a few months, I would lose my fucking mind.
I know. Imagine if you paid like $15,000, $14,000.
Yeah, and they will break.
We all know there's one pinball that I would want, and I'd be happy with just that one.
The Iron Maiden. Be the Iron Maiden for steps.
I wouldn't get addicted I wouldn't get addicted to buying more either. I would just be like, look at this bad ass Iron Maiden.
But that's different. I mean, it's whatever makes you happy. I'm saying if having a row of pinball machines makes you happy, that's nothing wrong with it.
When I see those rows of pinballs,
they're commercial
like
machines. It's very expensive.
House, I'm like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 60,000. It's like,
if you've got 5 pinball machines and the average price is $10,000 plus, it's,
Well, Brooklyn Menace doesn't have enough money to buy a pinball machine.
Yeah, we're all too poor.
Super chats are open.
No, that's not the case. I don't have enough money for a divorce.
He's not looking for pinball money.
Go fund me for Brooklyn Menace's pinball. Come on.
Yeah, we're not looking for pinball money on this channel, are we, Brooklyn? You looking for pinball money?
No, I'm just looking to hang out and talk.
Looking to hang out. You don't even need a super chat.
Have other YouTubers from the community on there.
Trade Jason operators are standing by. All right, here you go.
Corporate accounting, this is Amina speaking. Just a moment.
Yeah, so you know what I mean when I say that, Brad, right? It's like it's just a different addiction. If you get, no matter what pinball you get, when they announce the next one,
in some ways it's a lot worse. It's like you went from having the common cold to having a serious addiction.
Yeah,
because these arcade 1-ups or even home arcades, they're like at the most 500 to a max of maybe 1,000 would be pushing it. I mean. Now, you're buying every pinball machine you're buying is, several thousand at least. It's just a whole different level.
I couldn't afford the home arcade machine, so I'm not even going to try. I failed my mission.
I love playing the pinball machine.
I love playing them, but I don't want to deal with the maintenance.
I don't deal with the maintenance.
Yeah. They break down a lot.
Yeah, look, Nick's walked into his room. His blitz wasn't working here.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if you just drop like 12 grand into a pinball machine,
And
Yep.
I mean, when I heard Todd Tuckey speak, that's what he said. There are people that like to play pinball, then there are people that want to own pinball machines. It's two different groups. Like the people that want to just play pinball, they want to go on location and play the hell out of pinball. They don't necessarily have to own all the machines. They want to learn how to play different machines so they can compete. That's a different group than the people that want to own a bunch of pinballs in their home. You know, it's a totally different group.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle of those two. I mean, I just like to go play them, but you know, they're two different groups altogether.
I know.
You
That's
think
why I
you would
love
get-
digital pinball. That's what I have access to. I don't really have a.
Yeah, the digital pinball
Pinball
is good because you
arcade,
kind of
yeah.
get to cheat and you get to have a lot of different tables and stuff on one machine. You know, I mean, that's the
yeah.
benefit.
Because my question was, do you think that you would get
You don't get bored with it as
if
quick.
you-
Yeah.
same pinball machine over and over?
I'm gonna tell you a true story. This is a true story. I just went to Wayback's Arcade. They had a Mandalorian there, and by the second day, I could get a free game every time I played it. Like every time I played it, I would just get an extra game. So literally, I could just sit there and play it unlimited
All day.
amount almost all day. Like three. If I put four plays in there, I will get an extra game on 3 of the 4 plays. So I'm thinking if you have that in your home. I mean, as much as I think it's cool and everything, I think I would get bored with it because it's almost like it was too easy, you know?
That's a really good table too. Mandalorian.
It is a good
it's like
table.
It's a top 3 Stern table in my
You know,
opinion.
once you get its number down, though, you can just get the extra game every time. You know, you just get that multi-ball, you spam that little ship in the middle, and you know, whoo, you hear that click every time. You know, it's like. You know, I mean, I think it would get a little. I mean, for me, I mean, I just prefer to go play them on location.
Yeah, I'm not even
Doesn't
passionate
mean-
about that show. That table's just good.
Yeah, it is a fun pinball.
But I can understand why you would want an Iron Maiden, just like I would want a Godzilla.
It's a nostalgia. It's like a showpiece too, man. Pinball machines are cool.
You look like a more important Iron Maiden fan too. You're like, look, I'm such a great Iron Maiden fan.
That's right.
I got a damn Iron Maiden pinball.
You're like, yeah.
What I would love is to see more VR pinball maybe. Because I do enjoy because that's like even the next level above digital pinball because you get that third dimension.
So in VR pinball,
good.
do you get to be the pinball?
No,
VR pinball,
But
is-
it's like you're
is-
looking into the table.
VR pinball
more.
is you have your room that you're in. You're playing pretty much the same tables that Arcade One Up put out, the stuff that's coming at games, but you're actually standing there in front of the table. But the difference is whatever table you're playing, the things that are happening in your room, like when you're playing Jaws, you're standing on a little dock and Jaws is in the water underneath your feet and will jump up out of the water. So things are happening around you while you're playing the pinball table, and it really does look and feel realistic. And you can see everything, all, you know, like when you play it on the Legends pinball, it's kind of like flat screen. The 4K may help with that, but when you're playing it in VR, you can put your face right down against the pinball. Everything.
You can see it.
You
Like,
could see all the dimensions, all the ramps, and everything on the table. Shout out to Biggie D.
Biggie D.
$1 super chat. He didn't even say anything. He just did a $1.
Let's
super chat.
go, Biggie D. Let's
$1. $1.
Thank you, Biggie D. Biggie D, another great channel.
Oh, I love Biggie D's channel.
Yeah.
Great YouTuber. Excellent
I like
content.
seeing all the guys that were viewers of other channels that have jumped in and watching all their stuff grow. CD7's doing amazing. Like he'll post, you know, I remember early on a couple of us knew about his channel and would watch it. Now like he'll post a video in the morning and he's getting like huge amount of views on his stuff, you know.
Thanks,
It's
Rainwater.
nice to see like a lot of the people that jumped in last year, their channels growing. What happened to me? I jumped into this. Damn, I've been doing YouTube for a long freaking time.
Brooklyn, your new
still in
lighting
the
looks
same
amazing. Nix and Brad, I love your new setups. 2 steps. You look like you have a spotlight right in your face. Yeah, and what's funny is the light is like over by that, behind that Street Fighter cabinet. That's the only light I have going on in this room. And I blocked the tape on my camera, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell.
I spent a lot of money on lights.
Brooklyn, the lights look good. You look well lit.
You get what you pay for.
Look at that. Look how crisp.
Look what happens if I turn off the light. Watch this. Press the button. This is what happens. You know, you gotta have light. Look, one button. Boom. There we go. Look at the difference. I should just do the show like this. This is better.
And the exposure to the dead camera.
Yeah, would you even realize it's this dark in here? Everything right through my Stream Deck. I have all Elgato stuff. I love Elgato products. I really would, Brad. I was telling you this yesterday. Like, when is StreamYard going to just let me use my Stream Deck?
I know you can't even use the stuff that you have already
here in StreamYard.
Crazy.
It'd be awesome if they implemented it into StreamYard. I'd have all kinds of fancy stuff ready to go. Just a button. Yeah,
there.
XSplit for that. All right, we've been talking for a while. It's not like I haven't enjoyed the conversation, but people in the chat room have been voting since the start of the show of the game they want us to play tonight. You want me to end the chat? You can see what they picked.
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right, let's end the poll and see what we're going to be playing tonight. Like I said,
wow.
So,
Food Fight with a huge
69%.
Win. Wow.
Nice.
We are going to be playing Food Fight, the arcade version tonight. Alien Brigade got 14%. That was my pick. It's a really cool game. Like, I think it still holds up. And I've never even heard of this game before until I went to Game Station and found it. A lot of fun, kind of like an Operation Wolf, but you use the stick, move around the reticle. It's good. Millipede, that was your pick. Popped that on 5800. And I did pick Liberator, the arcade version, which I'm familiar with. I play it on my 12-1, and it's a great game. It's actually a sequel to Missile Command.
Yeah, it's super cool. This YouTuber, Vintage Arcade Gal, she restored a Liberator cabinet.
But it looks like we're going to be
it's
playing
more rare.
So all the contestants here on the panel, Food Fight. There's plenty of Food Fight versions on the Game Station, but you're going to want to choose. You can scroll over to the arcade version. Who's going to be going first tonight? And I want you to be ready. Who wants to go first? I'm not going. I got buttons I got to press here. Get this started. So, who wants to go first? Do I have to put up another freaking poll?
I'll go first. I don't care.
All right, Brad's gonna go first.
I'll
Brad,
go first.
when are you gonna be ready? Get your thing up on your screen
I'll get ready right
so we
now,
can do
man.
this transition nice and smooth.
Yeah, let's do this nice and smooth. Nice and smooth.
Everyone, get Food Fight ready.
It's ready.
This is so insane how I have to do this. Because I'm just using one giant monitor in front of me. I'm actually have to switch my input off of the computer, go over to a game, because it's impossible trying to play it through StreamYard because of the delay. You're like a half a second to a second behind.
Yeah, you gotta get another monitor hooked up. Dual monitors.
Dude, I'm trying to keep everything. I had all that. I'm just trying to keep my whole setup as clean as possible.
I know. I'm using 2 monitors. I'm using an actual monitor. I'm going to play no lag, nothing.
So Brad looks like he is ready to go first.
How's the sound? Is that okay? Can you hear it?
It's fine because we'll talk over the gameplay.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right, Brad, give us a minute here
Okay.
as we start this up. Our first time playing Atari on the Friday night arcade show. Are you ready to do this?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's take the people back.
What we're gonna do right here is go back. Way back into time.
Okay, but was his personality like douchey or he's douchebag? I thought I wouldn't be
All
somebody
right.
just for cheating on stuff.
Food fight. The arcade version. Papa Brad is up first.
What did I do? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Sorry. After all that.
Of course he did.
Sorry, Brooklyn.
It's courageous, motherfucker. You gotta watch King of
I'm used to
Kong.
it.
Check out that documentary. You gotta watch Kong.
You can see it's the arcade version booting up. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
Why hasn't anyone made a food fight camera?
Oh, I just hit the wrong button again.
New Age Toys did.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking like why isn't that? Why don't they include this on? Well, maybe it's on the Atari 50th, but it may not be the arcade version.
No, they have the arcade version on there.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you can play this on the Atari 50th on any console.
All right, so if you're watching the show, you can help us out by keeping score. Once Brad loses,
Blazing Star.
we'll collect his high score, put it in the chat, and the next
You know that?
competitor.
I'm hoping. Do you know how to play them?
I'm going last, by the way.
I need to learn how to play this one. I know everything on it. Last
So it's going to be
is
Nick's or Steph's. Nick's he's ready to go. So all right, we'll pull Nick's up next.
I'm gonna get smoked by everybody. I've never really played an Atari before, so we'll see. Food fight is what we're doing first.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Miss New in 96, I think. Miss New in 2001.
Oof.
I didn't realize.
That's an out. You fell in the hole.
I know. I'm doing terrible.
Like pornography.
I'm not even get through one level.
You can play this on your iArcade, but you have to push a configuration, or else if you just add it, you won't be able to control the game.
I should have started at the first level.
Start over, dude.
That was terrible.
Yeah, start it from the
I'm
beginning.
starting at the beginning.
Another person flies out. Holy Rula.
Damn, Brad.
And JJ's and Kadash.
I didn't say it was good at the game. I
thought this was going to be like Brad was going to destroy all of us.
Y'all gonna do good.
Reaches and it's called something else, but if you've never seen Holy Rula, you're in for a treat. I like joke. I was going to say, it sounds like what you got in trouble for showing. No, that was right out her lady.
You got to eat the ice cream cone before it melts.
And that just gives you like invincibility.
That's how you end the level. You can, like, if you're carrying food on the way out, you do get to start with food in your hand. It helps a lot.
Skeletor has been doing crunches.
Yeah,
Game
sweet.
over.
Game over.
What'd you get there, Brad?
I don't know.
Girls, 12-ounce girls.
I could, you got. Did anyone catch Brad's score?
Well, no, because
Is it 4,600?
No, it looks like 400.
it's always it's
4,600.
Might have 400.
we can what I want to do
I see 400. I just rewound the stream.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's what it is. That's fine.
All right, well, let's bring in. Here's Nick's.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
And guess what? I hooked it up here tonight. You're not going to be re-editing at Ichabod's iArcade off in the background. Ooh, the camera. You're going to get high definition quality.
Nick, so have you played this game?
A little bit.
I love this game.
Next time, I'll sit on that side so I don't have to lean close.
No, I
Use
fell
my
in.
blind eyes to read the chat. All right, here we go.
Why does Nick's already have a higher score?
Oh, baby. Yes. I'm so happy.
Fornicate, if you're still here, he
no.
probably left 2 hours ago. But if you're still here,
2,100
this
points.
is the one you
That
should be playing on your new cabinet.
You're
What'd
done
you get?
already?
Yeah, right.
2,100 points. Woohoo.
No, I'm watching the replay.
So what's the
Streams a couple of like 30 seconds behind. Wow, I may actually win this one if I'm not screwed
I
up.
think so. I think you've got it, Brooklyn.
We'll just play.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time using the controller.
Yeah, 2100 so far. Let's put that in the chat. 2100 is the high score to beat as we bring in steps. Steps, you have yours all stretched out. You know, you got to go into your settings
I did earlier.
on My Arcade and tell it that you want to see it in its original mode. But that's fine. However you see it from your end, if you're
It's
fine
weird.
playing it this way.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to. It's weird because like I did that earlier and I did it for the Atari games, but apparently not
And
the
don't
arcade
start
games.
on a higher level. Go.
Oh, how do
You're
I
on
fix
9
that?
right now. Yeah,
One,
one.
vanilla. Eat the cone. Okay.
It's not here.
Ah, I missed him.
Well, he threw his hard hitting garbage. Just that. Oh my god, I wish I lived in that development so I could have like logged in and found My Arcade. Alright, so is the game starting up?
Yeah, Unacceptable Fringe, they did, but it's not
Here we go.
as simple as putting a board in it.
Here is
There's
water,
a-
man, called Rabbit.
Brad would know more about
Better
it.
this time.
There's a
Nice.
lot that goes into it
So,
to get it to
was
work.
correctly kept with a time key.
Oh,
That's a Batman
there's more and more of these guys.
From the movies, the towns were attacked one by
We have all new sock accounts showing up tonight in the chat room.
damage. The old man was impressed.
Hopefully they're enjoying the
Oh, nailed me.
Atari gameplay. Steps, are you in the lead right now?
I don't know, am I?
You are.
He's from Thailand also.
Ah, they got me.
The most
Okay, that's
8300.
it.
company with the most games that surprised me since I've
Hey, I don't look the fool.
done this
Kind
upgrade.
of surprised.
Good job.
I'm going good.
Let's go. That's what we're supposed to be
All
saying.
right, so this is going to be a whole
Oh
thing I gotta
no!
do. So let me get to.
I just got 15,400 on my second game. Woo!
Getting warmed
It
up.
doesn't matter because you only get one turn.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Takes me a minute to get into the groove.
Absolutely.
All right, so for me,
I'm at 13,000 right now.
in order for me to play this, I do have to. Do you even need the sound from me? You want the sound from the game? I could do that. I'll give you the sound. You're not going to hear me anymore, so you could talk over my gameplay, but there is going to be a momentary pause because I actually have to switch my TV input over so I don't have the lag.
Special.
Yeah, Cornercade. I think that Arcade 1-Up should make a food fight kit. I think it'd look better than the Atari 50th.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah, let's go, Brooklyn.
Go.
I think that hurts. Oh, that was supposed to.
This is a really fun game, but the first time I ever played it was the New Wave Boys in Cleveland. And when I played it, I go, I think I want one of these, but you know, you can't get them anymore.
It's an interesting play mechanic because he runs no matter what. You can't stop running.
Oh. It is an interesting play mechanic. Just running around.
Damn it! The time stop.
Yeah, I heard your complaints about the Atari 50th on the weekly 1-Up, and it didn't sound too good. I know that that's edited to make you look bad, though, but I think so. Oh, let's go, Brooklyn. You can almost get that ice cream.
Nice, I got it. Woo!
Yeah, it was funny. That was the best part, was the Cornercade part. The Michael B stuff was kind of boring.
As always, fine girl. That's
Yes, got it.
Pie face, let's go.
Oh no.
What's that supposed to be? Broccoli?
13-6 that second game. Or third game. Nice.
these guys look like America.
Did I just win?
I think so.
Wow. Heck yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Go Steps.
Let's go.
Oh man, I fell in the hole.
Oh, long nose. Long nose. Hey, stop kissing me.
Go.
Danny's got a corner cage. He's got to be out of space.
You ever seen that?
It's only like one corner.
All right, so I have something to say.
Yeah.
I've played Food Fight before. I've even played it on the Atari 50th. That was the worst way I've ever played Food Fight. Why does it feel like your character was completely out of control?
Turn your controller off. Turn your controller off and turn it back on. I did do it with mine, and it feels a little bit better. I think.
No, it felt like my character wouldn't stop running.
Yeah, same here.
That's how it is.
Dude, no, it's not. When I play it on the Atari 50th on my PS5, it controls so much better. They're still playing. It's over. Steps wins. Newbie to Atari.
Sweet.
Takes out Papa Brad.
I can't believe that. Papa
They're still
Brad,
playing.
I need to get.
We'll
I
let
need to
Let
do.
them play.
I told you he likes food.
I need to do a live stream, and they're kind of be rare for me. But I want to do one with Papa Brad and Papa Pete in Atari, and I think Papa Pete agreed. So we're gonna have to get that together, no matter what day of the week.
Well, as long as we don't play Food Fight.
Why couldn't I stop my character from running though? Like if I just let go of the stick, the character just kept running.
It's that way on the iArcade.
I don't know.
I think it's the way it is.
Yeah, I was like fighting it, trying to play.
Thanks, Leo. You're gonna take the door off to
game.
fit it in.
Cornicade, go pop it on your new Atari cabinet and see if when you run with the character, if you let go of the stick, if it just keeps you running.
I'll go on my arcade right
can
now.
play-
I
he
have
can
it on
play-
my-
Yeah,
play
you
along
can
at
you
home.
can stop. You just have to like move the controller a certain
My
way.
character wouldn't stop. If I let go of the stick, it just kept running.
Oh, it's analog. I got you. There's different speeds.
Different speeds. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Maybe I need to go and adjust the
now.
settings.
Now I see it's throttled. It's throttled.
Yeah, it's throttled.
It's
So-
throttled.
The lighting problem for me is that I had to totally dim this monitor to the dimmest setting.
That's what it is.
I got it back on. I first turned it
Now
on.
the control should be better. Now we got it.
Now I got it. Now I see
Cornicade's-
what's going on.
Brad, you're wrong. Cornicade said there's no Food Fight on the cabinet.
Oh, I didn't say there was Food Fight on the 50th.
I thought you did.
On the 50th anniversary.
Oh yeah,
50th
well,
anniversary
that's not.
collection. That's not the arcade one up.
What did I do there?
Oh, I was saying it'd be awesome to be on the Arcade 1-Up cabinet.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
It's actually it's one of the games that really holds up.
They got like 200 games on the Arcade 1-Up, and they don't have Food Fight. It's like we got 50 Atari 2600 games, and
For the most part, I can keep my
Okay, Brooklyn. What it is it's throttled, so you can't stop. Watch.
okay, Rainwater, you forget that I'm old and I need to have things bright with white backgrounds. I don't do dark mode. That's for the young people. And
Ice cream.
It's over. Do they realize it's over?
They're still playing.
It's
I
done.
Mean,
The segment
yeah,
is
it's
over.
done. Steps 1.
5 minutes.
Steps 1.
They all sucked, but Steps sucked.
Yeah. Congratulations, Steps.
Yes. Here we are, all the big retro gamers.
Oh.
Yeah, we've been playing Atari
Oh,
2600 since it came out.
And I started with
We all
Nintendo.
That's okay.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to do an investigation into this because something is wrong.
No, it's throttled. It's a throttled.
It's throttled. You can stop. You can totally stop.
You can turn
I
it.
couldn't stop.
You watch.
Yeah,
I'll show you. Watch.
I mean, the controller looks cool.
See, look,
It
stop.
looks like shit.
I gotta move my mic closer to me.
Look,
okay.
You just
How's
saw him
that?
totally stop.
There you go, Steps.
Stop.
It probably had one of those optical joysticks. Is why. It probably had an optical joystick.
I guarantee you,
Drinking water.
the 7800 version will work better with this stick than the arcade version.
Yeah. Because the arcade stick has different speeds that he runs.
Yeah, it is. He does run a different speed.
He has a slower and a fast run. You can actually when you tap the stick back a little bit, you'll notice he'll slow down.
Rainwater. I hate dark mode. I don't know. Dark
Dark mode, what, on YouTube?
Like on anything. I like it all white background, black text. I'm very old school like that. But I did dim the monitor, and that's what I'm going to do from now on. That's what I'm going to do.
I think your lighting, you're not like your face isn't all like washed out tonight.
I just lowered it the brightness to like the lowest setting. So instead of setting 0, which is the highest, it's on setting 4.
These lights, I don't even have.
That was the difference.
These aren't even up all the way.
Get him.
What's cool is like it's comfortable. It's not like blinding me like a huge ring light. And they have come on, really nice stands that you don't see any of the wires, so it just looks really clean.
Clean like a mother.
Clean like a mother. Like, don't you think my skin tone is better?
It is.
I'm just gonna, I should just walk around with these lights.
It makes
Right?
it
Just
makes
hold
your
one
beard.
in each hand.
It makes your beard.
Now hold your sponsor's product, that skincare lotion.
Yeah, I'm at that age where lighting to look good.
So the lighting made your skin look younger, but then the beard would look grayer. So now you
Yeah.
got to figure that out.
Yeah, this is how I really like it.
Perfect.
Like this.
That's perfect, Brooklyn.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yeah. See, you're starting a trend. Now Biggie D's like, I gotta get the Elgato lights. I got to.
They're
I
expensive.
got to. $250
Well,
Biggie D.
I'm telling you, you
$250.
get what you pay for. And
You do.
I take
Ring
YouTube
lights,
serious.
you can't
Let me
do
get
that.
on
You
my
can't do that.
soapbox.
Get
Forget
on
about
your
the rest
soapbox.
of my co-host. This is all about what I have to say. I take YouTube professional.
See that.
Even though
You're a
nobody
big-time
watches
Mr.
anything
big-time
I do,
YouTuber.
at least
Made a little money on YouTube.
one thing you could say is that
You're 58
Brooklyn
years
takes
old.
YouTube professionally. A professional camera, professional lighting, and a professional mic.
And professional background now.
And professional background.
You stepped up
More
your game,
VR.
Brooklyn.
What's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping into the show. More VR watches me play VR. I don't think he's ever visited our Friday night arcade show. Well, we were gone for a while when I was playing a lot of VR. Now we're back to doing the show, cutting into my VR time.
I
I
know.
can't even play tomorrow because tomorrow I'll be doing the Ichabod show.
When
You
you're
could-
talking
you could be
VR,
playing
you want
Asgard's Wrath,
more.
too.
Asgard's Wrath, I will probably still be playing it till almost next year before I'm probably going to get through that.
That's why I wanted to show you this, because it's the oddest thing.
Cornercade wants to go to an ICP concert. I think they're doing one more tour, is what I saw.
No, it is.
We're going to put scores in.
What? I'm not going to
For
say it.
initials.
Yeah, I'll go with you. You'll be safe if I'm there with you.
I don't know if it's this weekend or next weekend, but Ricardo's going to see Violent J wrestle.
Yep. Look, just reach over to my left.
The ratings for these days.
He's ready to represent.
Look at that. Look at that.
Hey, look, the biggest show is here.
The
It's a
Juggalo
real
for
deal
life.
given to me by another Juggalo.
They still wrestle.
Yes, Violent J. Well, Shaggy's not wrestling anymore, and Violent J. I filmed Violent J's retirement match at the gathering of the Juggalos, and he didn't retire. Now he's wrestling again. He almost broke his neck in Japan last week trying to do a moonsault. He landed right on his neck.
Do I remember the I do remember the WCW games. I thought had young kids, so I thought you were younger. How do you remember that?
Years back, I showed you when I fought the other YouTuber in the Juggalo Championship Wrestling ring. Showed you that video after the show ended, I think, last week. At that event, I was hosting a video game event where a ton of people signed up, and we had like a whole championship. We were playing the old PS2 games where ICP was in the wrestling game, Backyard Wrestling 1 and 2, and we had a whole competition of that. It went really well. I did that officially at one of ICP's events. Cue the crickets.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I should go. The only thing I remember ICP for was when they were on WCW, because I was a WCW fan. I totally was. Are you young? You are a little young. You're younger than everybody on the stream right now, Corner Cage. I will say that.
I was seeing him wrestle in ECW back in '97 in South Florida. Multiple WCW Nitros that I went to, also back in the 90s. And of course at every gathering that I go to. I'm gonna just end the show. I should just end the show right there, just on that dead silence. I didn't start the Juggalo talk. Cornicade did, or someone else did in the chat room.
Yep, it did die, Cornercade, and I was at one of the last pay-per-views. I'm actually on the WWE. No, it's not WWE Network anymore. It's Peacock. I'm actually on Peacock during Goldberg's last WCW match. When he gets sprayed in the face with mace, my face drops open, and I'm forever on the WWE Network. So there you go.
Craziest wrestling I ever went to live was CZW. And I filmed it, put it up on my YouTube channel just many years back. That video was like hitting like 70,000 views, and then they had it taken down. CZW company had it removed from YouTube.
So the thing that I keep hearing about from War or Ricardo, he lives in Texas, and he's like, the wrestling is the Texas cartel, like the ice that Violent J is wrestling in. I don't even know if that's like a normal thing, but he says they have a lot to do with the Texas cartel. I'm like, okay, I don't even know what that is.
Well, I mean, if you're familiar with that world of things like I am, Juggalo Days is going to be in Texas this year.
Okay.
That's coming up soon. It's something that happens once a year, and it's going to be in Texas this year.
I don't know if War 4444 is in the chat right now. He visits the show sometimes. Maybe he's a friend of mine, so he's run a lot of arcade streams though.
I like all the new fake accounts that came to visit me.
I know.
Happy to see anybody.
New wrestling talk channel. We were combining things so that I can keep the conversation relevant to me.
We're not playing Arcade tonight, because I'm sure I'll get smoked by you tomorrow night on the Arcade. But I do not have my Arcade hooked up through my capture card to the computer. But don't worry about it. You will be getting, like, I'm still working on all new intros for this year for the show. The only thing I got done was the blah blah opener part. I didn't even get to the main opening, so everything's getting redone, and we're gonna be definitely getting back to Game Fight, finishing up our first season of that. I think that we can probably finish that off, and maybe
one or
we
two
pick it up
shows.
next week.
Probably
Then
one
we
show
can
or
have
two shows
one,
max.
one complete show that would just be
Just
the
Game Fight. That would be cool.
finales. Yeah, the finale will do that.
Yeah.
And then once that's done, I'm gonna announce what I've been up to with the plans for the next Game Fight, which is gonna be totally different than what anyone thinks it's gonna be.
Fighting game.
We'll see.
Probably not.
And we plan on
Congratulations, Steps.
adding a lot more into the show. A lot more visual treats, maybe some pre-recorded stuff from each of us. We're working on it. You know, we're taking it slow. It took me all week just to do that tiny little intro.
Congratulations on what, Brian?
I'm winning the food fight.
Oh, okay, thanks. That was delayed, but sure, thanks. Appreciate it. Glad I won.
Yeah, it's like arcade talk, you know. There's a delay, and then it kicks on. 5 minutes later, it comes on.
We're 2 hours in, people. I think it's time to call it a night, don't you think?
I think so.
I'm trying to make it easier on, because people do catch this show on the replay, and we can always, chat after the show. But thank you, everybody who showed up for
Thank you.
our huge return. If you want to call it that in 2024. But we do plan on being here as many Fridays as we can do. We hope to keep it as consistent as possible. And as always, I want to thank Papa Brad, Nix, and Steps Gaming for co-hosting the show with me, because look at what this would be if they weren't here. It would just be me sitting here by myself.
Talk about juggalos.
No, I have a whole platform for that, Steps.
I know. I'm just being funny.
Yeah. Few people have wandered over there. And
It's a deep
don't
well.
go there. I'm just saying, don't ever go there. But I'm busy with that too. I just now I have another new show that I have to post or run on my other channel. But at least it's only going to be once a month. But never go there. That's all I'm going to say. And if you do, don't blame me for anything that you see or hear. I just run the freaking channel. But we're talking about. Oh, Fago Thuggy, put the damn name in the channel. Well, that's not going to get you. I am wearing the shirt too.
There you go. Represent.
Yes. However, we're talking about my channel, where we behave ourselves to the best of our ability. And I just want to thank everyone that showed up. It always makes it more fun when there's people in the live chat. If you're catching it on the replay, whether it be on this channel or on Papa Brad's channel sometime tomorrow or Sunday, we appreciate you too. And thank you again to Papa Brad. Thank you, Nix. Thank you, Steps Gaming. I am Brooklyn Menace. We will see you next Friday with way more fun and surprises here on the Friday Night Arcade Show.